Good morning, family, and welcome to what I'm calling the routine. This is Dr. B, and for the next 365 days, we're going to do this together. And we're not going to do it perfectly, but we are going to do it consistently. You know, we all talk about wanting a routine. We talk about discipline, consistency, faith, growth, but most of us don't actually have a routine that we can return to every single day. This isn't going to be me teaching you from the outside. This is me committing to becoming with you. So if you hang with me for 30 days, you'll build a powerful habit. If you hang with me for 90 days, it will change your life. But if you hang with me for all 365 days, your life will never be the same. And that, my friend, is a complete promise. As people who want to live their best lives, we need to be intentional. No, we have to be intentional. And for the next 365 days, if you join me, this is how we will start our day. We will wake up on purpose. We will protect our focus. We will not be distracted by opening our phones, devices, TV, computers, etc. until we are done here. We will hydrate immediately. We will create stillness through our breathing. We will work on our connection and our identity through a short devotional. We will focus on our gratitude. We will set our intention for the day. We will plan to make a connection with somebody this day. We will make and keep at least one promise to ourselves. And at some point today, we will move our body, not together, but you can do exercise, you can get it done. So now listen, if you're just finding us today, whether it's day 1 or day 200, you're right on time. These days don't build on each other, but each one stands on its own, and it's about consistency. And I understand because of the time zone, we're doing it at 6:30 Mountain Time, but whatever, you might have kids, you might have work and a real life. You may not always be able to join us live, and that's okay. If you need to, you can always watch the recording from the day before and do this routine earlier in your day if that's what it takes. It's live is obviously more powerful, but the recording still works. And that's what matters, is that you spend this time intentionally. You don't have to be perfect. You just need to show up. Welcome to the routine. Let's become together. And if you need more information, just go ahead and go to routine.live. Now let's go. All right. Good morning, and good morning. We are here today, day 43. Oh, no, we're actually on day 42. I don't want to get ahead of myself. So this is I believe it's day 42. Tomorrow will be day 43. And this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And this is how we're going to start our day. We're going to start our day on purpose. We woke up on purpose, and we're going to protect our focus. All right, so let's begin with some breathing. Probably one of the most important things that we can do right now is do some breathing. Settle our minds down. I woke up this morning, all kind of things going on in my head. So I've been looking forward to this moment. All right, big breath in. Again, we start our day on purpose. Breath in. Or hold it a little bit longer today. Hopefully there were no devices that entered your world this morning that caused distractions or created a routine. I'm not saying, if there's music you listen to in the morning, that's fine. I'm saying the devices that would distract you and put a whole bunch of other things in your mind. Things like the news. My mom still tells me, and she's okay. She's 80 years old, but she tells me she's got to watch the news every morning so she can watch the weather. I told her several times to look outside, but you got to know the weather for Saturday on Wednesday. My dad tells me, how do you know what's going on in the world? I said, did you tell me? Not first thing. First thing is what we're doing. You have your glass ready to drink water? If not, just pause, go get it. Or if we're doing it live right now, then run get it. What are you grateful for today? The same as yesterday? Are you grateful for more? Having that attitude of gratitude and flying so high. Breathe in. I'm letting the oxygen just go into my entire body. That's why I'm doing a little bit longer. So if it can't come out my mouth and my nose, right, where does it have to go? To my cells, to my feet, to my hamstrings, to my organs. So thankful that I'm not waking up in the hospital today. Breathe in. Everything works. At least it feels like it works. It may not work as good as when I was 20, but it works. I can't abuse it anymore. And this elastic man comes back, but I can take care of it. Let's do 2 more. You did? One more. Breathe in. All right, grab your glass of water. Hydrate before you caffeinate. As our saying, I know I don't drink coffee, so hydrating before I caffeinate isn't a big deal. For some people, it is. I do drink tea, but I'm not putting any sweetener in my tea anymore. I'm just straight tea, which is kind of cool. I enjoy it, and it's what my warm water is, so my voice works well. All right, let's move into our devotional for today. Oh, let me put this on the screen. I'm remembering. Yay. All right. So, day 42. The faithfulness forms identity. Let's hold unwaveringly to the hope of we profess. And that's in Hebrews 10:23. Let us hold unswaveringly, man, I'm having trouble with the voice and pronouncing the word, to the hope that we profess. I guess that's with unavoidably, with not without wavering in what we believe, to the hope we profess. Hebrews 10:23. Grounding. God shapes who I am through faithfulness. God shapes who I am through faithfulness. What does that mean to be faithful? Bonhoeffer teaches that consistency forms identity. And then we have faith and we believe in that if we are consistent, then who are we becoming becomes consistent, and it becomes the person that God has actually asked us to be. So daily practice shapes our character. So there's some things that we can do that we just do every now and then, every week, every month, every quarter, every year. So we're not going to be consistent in our taxes other than somebody else doing it for us, because they do so many of them, because it's not something we do consistently day to day. But what is it that you do consistently every single day that forms the identity or the character of the man or the woman that you are? One of the things that we're doing this year, we're doing this, we're doing the routine, and this is our routine that we're doing every single day. We're telling our bodies that it's important by doing our breathing, by taking in our water. We're telling our minds that it's important to concentrate on what we concentrate at the beginning of the day and be proactive about our day instead of being reactive at today. I didn't become who I am through moments, through repeated small choices. Faithfulness formed me. It formed me quickly over time. I can remember when I was a hurdler, or when I've been coaching hurdlers, and we do repetition of going over the top of the hurdle. It's not a natural thing that we do every single day. In fact, most of you have never even been over a hurdle or never even tried hurdles. And so some of you have, but you do it every single day. And now it becomes your identity as a hurdler. Then you do some races and you win some race, and it becomes more identity. And 60 years later, or 40 years later, because I didn't start hurling when I was born. I started hurling when I was, 16. So 50 some years later, or 40 some years later, I still consider myself a hurdler. Now, I couldn't get over a hurdle I could step over a hurdle. I couldn't run over a hurdle. But that became the identity because I did it so many times. What is your identity today? What is your identity of a person who practices being in alignment with the purpose that God has for you? Is that your identity, whatever that purpose is? Or is your identity this person who sleeps in and figures out the day as they go through the day and it's okay? Are you an example to other people? Is that your identity? Do you serve other people? Is that your identity? What is your identity through the faithfulness of you building it over time? We and you become what we practice. We become what we practice. So my question again is, what are you becoming today? And the invitation today is, what practice is shaping you right now? Well, if you're listening to this and you're doing this with me, this is a great example of a practice that can shape who you are. That's why I'm doing it. That's why I continue to do it. That's why I've been doing it. And I'm getting better at it every day because I do it every day. What practice is shaping you now? And then the practice is choose faithfulness today over comfort. Faithfulness is being consistent. Faithfulness is saying, I'm going to do the thing, not knowing what the outcome's going to be, but being able to see it into the future and make sure that we're doing it, but we're doing it consistently. Faith is that it's going to work out. Faithfulness is that we do it every single day. So the short prayer today is, Father, shape me through obedience. Shape me through obedience. You've called me to be in communion with you every day, and we're doing it. And continue to shape me. Lord, please shape me through obedience, my obedience every single day. And the blessing that I want to give to you today, may your identity be rooted in Christ. May your identity be rooted in God. Maybe your identity be rooted in a foundation that allows you to grow closer to Him. All right, so that is our devotional for today. Let's move into our gratitude journal. We'll do our gratitude journal before we take our second set of breaths today. I'm going to pop this off, and so you can see that I turned in my gratitude journal. But the only reason I don't have it up there for you guys to see is just because I want you to be thinking of your gratitude in these 5 areas. And you can add even more, but I think these 5 cover just about everything. So write some things down, put them in a journal, think about them, meditate on just a few of them if you need to. Type them into your screen, have them blossom. Do the ones you wrote, throw them into ChatGPT and say, how do I add more to this? Is something that you can say. So, journal for day 42, life and health is our first category. Thank you, God, that I woke up today, that I do not rush past the miracle of another day. Thank you for my body and the many systems working together to support life and calling. Thank you for my heart beating steady, my lungs breathing fully, my brain processing clearly, my nervous system regulating, and my cells are renewing. So every 7 years, thank you that I get a new body because of the incredible machine that you have designed. Thank you for the health beyond the obvious, mental clarity, emotional steadiness, the ability to focus, the ability to adapt, the ability to recover. Thank you for helping me recognize the connection between my thoughts, my stress level, and my physical well being. I'm grateful for my health, that it continues to support wisdom, patience, and endurance. I want to thank you for the second category, which is the family and relationships. I am deeply thankful for my family, for my wife, for my parents, for my in laws, for my grandchildren, and the roots and responsibility that they represent. Thank you for a trust built over time, shared memories, and the grace to grow together. Thank you that I get to have a conversation with some of those grandkids every single day. I thank you for my daughter's birthday today. As I don't even know if she was born in 1992. I don't know, she's 30, I guess, in 2022. She was, uh, I don't know how, 92, 2002. That's 10 years. 2012 would be 20 years. 2022 2022 would be 30 years, and then add 4 years to that. So I guess she's, oh, yes, 34. All right. Thank you for that. Thank you for being able to do math to figure out how old she is. Thank you for friendship, partnership, mentors, and everyday interactions that add richness to my life. Thank you for helping me navigate relationships with humility, clarity, and consistency, even when conversations are hard or growth is required. Provision, thank you for provision in my life. Thank you for the food that nourishes me, a home that brings peace, transportation that allows movement, and safety that allows me to rest. Thank you for the provision that supports my purpose, time structure, access opportunity, and the freedom to make choices. Thank you for guiding me to see provision as ongoing care, not a coincidence. In our finances, I'm grateful for financial provision opportunity that you for it that thank you for income. I thank you for resources and the ability to manage my finances responsibly. Thank you for the knowledge and experience and relationships that create financial opportunity. Thank you for helping me become wiser through both success and connection and building me towards greater stewardship and clarity. I thank you for purpose and impact. I am thankful that I get to live with purpose today, that you get to live with purpose today. Thank you that my life is not random and my experiences are not wasted. Thank you for impact that comes through teaching, listening, modeling, consistency, and simply being available. Thank you for guiding me to recognize moments where my presence matters more than my words. Thank you for this day and continued shaping practice continued shaping taking place in my life. Mold me, shape me. I thank you for doing that every single day, that I feel you, God, in my life every day, guiding me and practicing me. And I thank you for that. All right, let's jump back into some breathing. All right, so we're going to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Do 3 more. Two more. Hope you guys are doing this because it helps so much. I'm sure you don't want to just watch me. All right. Let's drink our water, a second glass of water here. And drink, hydrate, right? Hydrate before you caffeinate. All right, so since we hydrated, we're going to jump right into our affirmations today. So let's get into our affirmations. Please say these with me. Make them personal to you and thinking about how this happens in your life as we read them together. I'm becoming the person my future requires. Let me put these up on the screen so that you can see them. I am becoming the person my future requires. I am becoming the person my future requires. I choose presence over pressure today. I choose presence over pressure today. I choose presence over pressure today. I show up even when it's uncomfortable. I show up even when it's uncomfortable. I show up even when it's uncomfortable. I am consistent, not perfect. I am consistent, not perfect. Say these out loud. I am consistent, not perfect. I listen before I react. I listen before I react. I listen before I react. I am grounded, grateful, and growing. I am grounded, grateful, and growing. I am grounded, grateful, and growing. I build trust through my daily actions. I build trust through my daily actions. I build trust through my daily actions. I connect to God, to myself, and to others. I connect to God, to myself, and to others. I connect to God, to myself, and to others. What I practice today becomes my legacy tomorrow. What I practice today becomes my legacy tomorrow. What I practice today becomes my legacy tomorrow. I finish what I start. I finish what I start. I finish what I start. I wake up on purpose and I live with intention. I wake up on purpose and I live with intention. I wake up on purpose and I live with intention. I protect my focus and I guard my mind. I protect my focus and I guard my mind. I protect my focus and I guard my mind. I choose discipline as an act of self-respect. I choose discipline as an act of self-respect. I choose discipline as an act of self-respect. I honor my body, my time, and my calling. I honor my body, my time, and my calling. I honor my body, my time, and my calling. I speak life to myself and to others. I speak life to myself and to others. I speak life to myself and to others. I make space for stillness and clarity. I make space for stillness and clarity. I make space for stillness and clarity. I keep my promises, especially the ones I make to myself. I keep my promises, especially the ones I make to myself. I keep my promises, especially the ones I make to myself. I choose courage over comfort. I choose courage over comfort. I choose courage over comfort. I make meaningful connections every day. I make meaningful connections every day. I make meaningful connections every single day. I take responsibility for who I'm becoming. I take responsibility for who I am becoming. I take responsibility for who I am becoming. I am right where I'm supposed to be in order to become who God made me to be. I am right where I'm supposed to be in order to become who God made me to be. I am right where I'm supposed to be in order to become who God made me to be. God has already placed me and is providing me with everything I need for what He has called me to do. God has already placed me and is providing me with everything I need for what He has called me to do. God has already placed me and is providing me with everything I need for what He has called me to do. There is more than enough, and I am enough to fulfill my purpose. There is more than enough, and I am enough to fulfill my purpose. There is more than enough, and I am enough to fulfill my purpose. I live in abundance. There is no lack. God's provision is everywhere and in all things. I live in abundance. There is no lack. God's provision is everywhere and in all things. I live in abundance. There is no lack. God's provision is everywhere and in all things. And I get to count it all joy knowing God is using every season to strengthen me and to fulfill his purpose in me and through me. I count it all joy knowing God is using every season to strengthen me and to fulfill his purpose in me and through me. I count it all joy knowing God is using every season to strengthen me and to fulfill his purpose in me and through me. Whew, I love doing those. Now let's move into us being able to do our word of the day. Just a little bit. The word of today. The word of today is capacity. Capacity. Capacity is the ability to carry responsibility without breaking. Capacity is the carry responsibility without breaking. It is when you have the room where you don't fill up or overfull. It holds what you're able to do. And what's so cool, what we talked about in our devotional earlier is that faithfulness is God has given us the capacity to do the things that we need to do that fulfill his purpose in our lives. And sometimes we think that we're overwhelmed or we can't do this. And sometimes I hear the word, I can't. What does that mean? Does that mean that you've reached your capacity, or do we have to retwist things around in order to make sure that your tank is emptied with the stuff that you don't need in it, and then being able to fill with the stuff you need? That is huge when I think about it. When you think about, in order to add to your life or add to the things you do, you must subtract the things because your cup is only so big, right? This cup that I have in my hand right now can only hold so much hot water, which I'll drink some at a time just because my voice is where it's at. But when we think about the example, I used to think growth meant adding more meetings, more commitments, more expectations. What actually increased was my capacity was subtraction. What actually increased my capacity was subtraction. And I want you to think about subtraction today because there's some things, there's some people, there's some things that you do in your life as we think about the faithfulness of our devotional that need to be taken out. What are you doing that doesn't serve you every single day? So let's say I need to spend more time exercising. What can I take out? Because I say I don't have time to exercise. I bet you do, but what do you have to take out? When I removed what didn't belong, I finally had room to handle what did. You do have time to exercise today. What do you need to take out? Is it some extra television that you're watching? Is it because you're tired, because you don't have any, I guess you've been eating wrong, so your body is trying to react by trying to shut you down so that you feel better. And because of that, you don't feel like it, so you go do something else like sit in a chair or take a nap or just work a little bit harder on something else. In order to be more productive, how about making sure that you subtract some of the things you do? Emails, right? Do you really need to read every single email? Or you can delete it? Or do you have that FOMO, fear of missing out? Like there's one thing, I just delete so many of those sales emails that come in. Or you hire somebody else, if you can afford it, to read your emails. That'll free up more time. What a concept. You could hire an assistant, a virtual assistant that's in another country that could read your emails for you. If that's all you wanted him to do, and pay him $7 a day, $5 a day to read your email so you have that time to go work on you. So I remember being busy and still feeling behind. You ever been there? Like no matter how much I did, it wasn't enough. Then I took an honest look at what I was carrying and what that was never assigned to me. Extra commitments, unnecessary conversations, obligations fueled by guilt. I've been part of an organization for several years now that I said, okay, this is what I was giving to this organization. I said, but for me, for this year, for this season that I'm in, for being able to help others become the person that they need to be, I need to subtract that. And although, they can find somebody else, there's somebody younger, there's somebody more willing, there's somebody who wants to do it. For me, right now in my life where God wants me, that organization doesn't need me. Somebody else can do it. Unnecessary conversations, obligations fueled by guilt. Once I removed even one thing, I could breathe again. That's when I learned capacity isn't built in grinding harder, it's built on carrying what's yours and releasing what's not. Make a connection today. And who might be carrying more than you're showing? Who might be carrying more than they're showing? Now, this is your part of where you're coaching, where you got this. Hey, I'm going to subtract something, but I'm going to connect with somebody that I know is carrying. And let's have that conversation together. Let's make a commitment together with the person you're connecting with today. So this is maybe not a new connection. This is an old connection. Maybe something that you guys have been doing together, where you've been going out and serving or helping or doing something or something. Maybe you've been going out and playing racquetball 5 days a week. Oh, why don't we do some by one? But fill it then with something that's going to move you forward. So ask how they're doing. Today, choose that one conversation to be fully present in. Phone down, eyes up, in presence, figuring out what do we subtract. Subtraction is the key to growth. I'm telling you right now, subtraction is the key to growth. Promise yourself today to remove an unnecessary obligation, whatever that is, an unnecessary obligation. Your promise today is a little bit more if you're taking one. Now you can make any promise you want every single day. Make whatever promise you want. But if you're taking the lead with me, write this down. I will subtract one obligation that doesn't serve me, that is unnecessary today. I'm going to take that obligation away, and I'm going to make that promise. I'm going to write it down. And then for today, you're going to do it. You're not going to do whatever that obligation is that you've decided was important, that it isn't important at all. And that, my friend, builds your capacity, as capacity is the word. Thank you for doing this journey with me. Thank you for spending time with me every single morning. And we're in 42 days. I can't wait to finish all 365 days with you. Don't forget, you're God's greatest gift. He loves you if you allow him to. You are the answer to somebody's prayer. Your answer today might just be talking about what obligation do you need to subtract. You were born for greatness. As we go into the song for today, I just want you to know that I'm praying for you, that I'm thinking about you, that I want the best for you. When we think about our devotion today and faithfulness and those obligations that you have and the things that you do on a daily basis, this is such an important part, whether you do it with me or do it yourself, that you spend time. So let's enjoy our song for today and have an amazing day.
Yeah. Dr.B in the building. We becoming the person now. Let's go. Woke up with a purpose, sunlight on my face. The God who made the universe still knows me by my name. Every step is kingdom, every breath is grace. I do not rush the process, I just run in my own lane. 2 ears, 1 mouth, so I listen first. Hurting people hurt people, so I speak the healing words. I am a coach, a friend, a brother, a guide, helping people break the limits that were living inside. You have to be the one before you do the thing. Identity before assignment, that is how freedom sings. Every story is sacred, every life unique, and they do not care what you know until they know you are listening. I am becoming the person God made me to be. Stepping in the calling, walking wild and free. From the podcast to the people, I pray for every day. Purpose in my heartbeat, purpose in my name. I am becoming the person, becoming the person. The journey is where my freedom stays. From mile-high flights to Chicago nights, from track lines chalk to the chaplain's light, 250 men with stories that ignite, now living boldly with purpose taking off in sight. Relationship first, that is the way I lead. Connection is the soil where the soul gets freed. I am a husband, father, and granddad too. 30 people at Thanksgiving, that's what love can do. I say you are God's greatest gift because it is true. Every room gets brighter when you walk through. I am living this mission until the final breath, helping others rise so their best becomes their next step. I am becoming the person God made me to be. Stepping in the calling, walking wild and free. From the pastures to the people, I pray for every day. Purpose in my heartbeat, purpose in my name. I am becoming the person, becoming the person. The journey is where my freedom stays. From Denver to the nations, let the good news spread. Faith over fear, that is the voice in my head. If you knew the stories and the places I have been, you would know every setback was a setup to win. I show up with bass and I show up with fire. I show up with truth for the ones who inspire. Legacy in motion, generations rise. God's fingerprints are all over my life. I am becoming the person God made me to be. Walking in the promise He keeps over me. Every step is purpose, every breath is praise. And the world gets brighter when we live this way. We are becoming the person, becoming the person. The journey is where our freedom stays. Let's go! Dr.B. Becoming the person. Every day.
All right. So have an amazing, awesome, this incredible day today. I'll be praying for you. We'll talk to you tomorrow.